Hello there, greetings. Alright, thank you for joining us for tonight's communication. It's day after 420. Hope some of you survived it. Let's see. I had a webinar this morning, and yeah, it's unconventional, but worked out pretty well because it went I think 45 minutes. I was with Hookwa, worked out really well because I didn't want to be there very long, so it worked out. I've had enough. I've had enough of this week. I've had enough of work. I've had enough of everything today. I took it easy after that, so I'm ready to have a nervous breakdown. So today was take it easy day. I did answer questions, submitted those. I'm still, usually takes about 5 to 10 days, but I'm catching up on that and just taking 5 basically, or most of that. So I got some errands done here, a little bit here and there. So alright, for tonight's communication or broadcast, or however you want to word it, yeah, we're going to go into more back into the Nazism. Yeah, perfect example. Oh, that's right, I forgot there's one more thing I wanted to add. Just made me remember as we're going into this. Oh, that's not it. Forgot about this. Alright, I'll go into this a little bit later if I remember. It's a little bit, it's a more detail on it, but forgot about that. Basically, yeah, and also Area 51 is connected to all this. Or as I was connecting to this stuff about the Nazi scientists here, of course, is Project Paperclip, but I'm not really going to that direction. But yes and no, going to another, at least another point of view of it. Let's put it that way. And Area 51, I did connect to a Zeta that was in Area 51 recently. I think it was yesterday or something like that. Not a whole lot of it. Yeah, just all of a sudden I'm getting feelings from it, and just feeling just heaviness. So I'll go into that also. I want to put that in the beginning of this so I don't forget. And to add to that, I should have put shadow people in the title. I wasn't sure if I was going to go public with this. I think I did a little bit somewhere. Yeah, the other night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I felt something around me. I didn't know what it was. And it ended up being I got up and I laid down. All of a sudden being pulled by this energy, like a shadow being, basically. It was spooky. It was very bizarre. I still don't understand the whole thing of it. I did see Snoop Dogg. I saw an image of Snoop Dogg sending laser beams to Trump. So yeah, that was very cryptic. I'm not really going to connect to what that was about, but as for God, the energy to release it, and the thing pulled back. So it was pretty intense. I've never felt anything like that before. I've had ghosts like approach me and like I can really feel, but this is something totally different. I don't think it was I think it was also bringing information, so it's not all of the negative from what I see. Just checking everything, make sure everything's working okay. So alright, before we get going, I guess I'm running everything pretty heavy. This is IvanTower.com. We have private sessions. This is the schedule for right now. I'm going to work on a new one eventually, working on details. We have Google Hangouts, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded. We also have Skype. We also we have questions also. This is what it takes like 5 to 10 days to answer. We also have Spirit Social. And these are my services, and these are services of others, of healers and channelers. Much recommend them highly. Also as a Patreon. Also, if you want to support the broadcast, support the rabbit here and his adventures. And this is the social network. And this posted this. This is about the what's going on in Hollywood of pedophilia and stuff like that. It's a documentary of it. And also we have here is the U.S. government actually scans us. I'll go into that. This is going to go into the subject of tonight. Here's the Huqualo video. Prometheus and Bob. Oh, I haven't checked that out. No, funny. Washington State Fusion Center. Actually, yeah, when you send thousands of requests, you are bound to get some weird responses. I think I saw that. Maybe this is where I saw it. Yeah, interesting. I'll take a look at that. So yeah, definitely recommend this. The future tire of oh wow, Goodyear. Interesting. What's your spirit name? Warrior name? Cool. What is this? Yeah, great. Cool. Alright, thank you guys for posting, and let's see here. I don't think there's anything. Oh yeah, they have the Jake comic here. You can also visit Jake and his adventures, Whistleblower. And this is going to today's topic. This is on the Daily Mail. There's also a link on in the social network. The U.S. government actually sends a strange conspiracy theory file describing remote mind control. I guess I'll have to fix something here after we're done. Basically, it's showing here that it does, it gets into your mind. It causes you aches and pains through the government. Now, I have a family member who's going through this. And now my family member also can hear voices. And when she says she hears voices, she says, these people are real people. These aren't dark entities. It sounds like they're in a room, like in an office environment. There's other people there too. This is connected to schizophrenia. It's basically a vibration of the mind. It's receiving information, and yeah, it's pretty spooky stuff. So yeah, they can pretty much monitor us, and it causes difficulties. So then that's funny because I mentioned like I was going to go into all of this, not that this detail, but then I found this on the Daily Mail a couple of days ago, and I'm not sure what this is about. Either way, you can take a look at it. I could always go into, and this is also basically how they're getting us, at least through helicopter, through other just through, but it's a lot more sophisticated than that. We're not really known. We're basically always on. We're basically always being recorded or watched or whatever it might be, and it's not through cameras, through higher vibrational sophistication. That'll pretty much blow your mind, at least in the third dimension. Alright, yeah, as for the Nazi scientists, well, going to the area, yeah, we'll go into the Nazi scientist stuff, and then I'll go into Area 51, at least what I'm getting. It's basically what I've got is, as for when World War II was over, scientists came over here, and many of them went underground, and basically they were given free reign over the United States on who they can do their work on us, basically, without us being in a laboratory. Basically, they just test everything. We're their guinea pigs, basically. And you see over time as society broke down through obesity and basically mental illness, cancers, yeah, Coke, and Coke sodas, everything basically, with just chemical warfare, around the clock. And scientists also left God, from what I received. They just cut out God altogether. They are God, and it's not a very friendly God. They also did mutations of all kinds. I think it's Plum Island is one example of that. They have other places, but they tried to let these out too much. But of course, it's very heavy. But basically, those in the third dimension are not realizing that we are. They make it very difficult for you to see it. That uses a lot of Archon mind control here. As for keeping our minds shut down, of course they use entertainment and other ways of games, the economy, to basically keep us in tunnel vision. But the scientists have definitely been, I believe it's all over the place, even in not so much Europe. They seem to have been not allowed to do a lot of stuff. They have somewhat, or some around the world, but mostly the United States. Seems to be the some of Canada, Mexico, some of Canada feels Mexico, they have their own situation there, it seems. But as for the Nazi scientists here, yes, a lot of them are dead now, but either way, it went into more of your black projects, basically. It's basically all the experiments continued, as most of you already know that, but it is, yes, it definitely, basically they cut out God, and now they're controlling our minds more than anything. They also did see the ascension process way ahead. They were aware of it as they were getting technologies from aliens and manipulating them and back and forth. They even saw, I believe they saw the future as basically we'll connect more alien technology on a worldwide energy, and we are slightly in some ways, but it's used against us. So we are kind of going through AI manipulation at this time. We're just not fully aware of it, but we always have been. It just we haven't noted. It hasn't been in our face. Like they have the phones, the AI, but it's actually been going on. We have not seen it. So I believe AI technology was created ages ago, maybe in the 1950s, maybe in the 60s, but it's been used against us gradually, and now I believe it started to bring up like what to do with us, how, like scenarios of basically if we try this, if we put this in soda, if we put this in the air, it's like a big robotic calculator from what it seems. And also I feel the company Microsoft is involved with a lot of this too, that this computers ran on. Yeah, it's definitely all the companies like Microsoft for sure. I think it's deeply connected to the cabal. It is kind of like a floundering company for a reason. It's not here to get too much attention. I think it does operate a lot of the cabal systems in secret. So it's like a second version of Microsoft somewhere in the deep state. It's probably other companies, IBM too, but Microsoft's going to be playing a bigger role in IBM, at least from what I can pick up on. That's something I did not know. Let's see, as we connect more to higher vibrations, yeah, things are going to get really interesting. Yeah, as we connect more with aliens and spirit guides, more technologies is going to start to erupt. So as more of AI becomes, so it kind of gives you an idea of time frame for what I'm getting here is, as you see more robot stuff going into society, more alien stuff's going to come into, from what I feel, of the positive. We'll have a little bit of here, a little bit of there, from what I see. So if you're looking for a time frame, it seems to be what we're looking for. Maybe before that with the alien stuff's hard to say, but this seems like as technology advances, it's going to get a little more sophisticated, trying to take over humanity. Many of us don't want any part of that. That's where you get your more wizard magic people also are going to increase too, from what it seems. Not to say it won't happen before that. As for technology evolves, it does give you kind of a time frame from what it seems, at least what I'm getting at this moment. As but yeah, a lot of the deep state scientists have pretty much lost their souls, pretty much to the devil, or the cabal's devil, basically to keep a hypnosis energy around humanity, to keep us looking the other way. As they did feel eventually, we will find out. And we are, but so many are dosed with so much manipulation they can't think for themselves or think at all for that matter. So there's a lot of mind control there, more than ever before. Basically they're doing this to keep us out of their hair, because if they don't do this, it's they can't have any fun basically. So yeah, the secret space program has many agendas along with it, just in case we destroy the planet, whatever it might be. They have a place to go. There's a lot more into it than that. Not to say it's going to happen. As for removing the Archon agendas, also that takes a lot of the deep state. Even the deep state gets their plans kind of foiled by Archons. It feels like Archons don't care what side they're on. You know, if you don't do what they say, they'll throw it all out. So I think also the Archons are part of leaks that are going on as for the deep state, because they get upset because they don't get things the way they want it, so they cause difficulties. Of course, archons aren't well known, but yeah, do part of the grid around the Earth. As basically, even the grid that they put around the Earth is causing our minds not to think correctly. So it's definitely like a prison with a lot of low vibrations coming from it, like radiation, ever since the beginning of when this thing was implemented. So what is going on is we are rewriting our DNA slowly from what it seems. That's why people are awakening more. You get like an upgrade, but also rewrite DNA as you increase you go into the direction that you're looking for. Let's see here. One more. Angela Markel. Oh, okay. Let me look at this 1 second. No, this is another thing I forgot. I was gonna look at this thing. Okay, Angela Markel. She's part of Germany. Yeah, she plays the part. Fringe theories about Markel as Hitler's daughter. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know about that. I never heard of that one. At some point, we will hopefully know it. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, Antarctica does play a big part in the deep state. Yes, that's where a lot of their meetings are going on. But as for Markel being Hitler's daughter, most likely, I think so. Yes, I feel from that. Jeez, I didn't know about that one. I saw that message, but I didn't read it all the way through. Oh, jeez. Yes. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, very, not necessarily fully wicked, but yeah, there's some things that are not healthy. Yeah. She got, I'm not sure if she even knows, but yeah. Because I'm feeling it pretty heavy, and she's trying to stay in power as long as she can. As for what's going on with Antarctica, yeah, a lot of the Cabal energies, a lot of scientists, yes, they never left there during World War II. A lot of you can say that's kind of like the main base of manipulations. Antarctica, a lot of HARP technologies are there. But it seems, of course, not many people will be able to fly over there or visit there. Well, they can, but there's probably restricted airspace, especially around the North Pole and South Pole. Energies. There's entryways into Agartha. Agartha, there's a deep state in there also, basically causing difficulties for elementals, I believe, also, because they can wake us up. Another thing also, oh yeah, for wizard energies, those of you who want to open up your abilities, now this goes for anybody basically. You know, your magic, the trees. Nature, yes. Trees, definitely. The trees play a big role in magic awakening. So, if anybody wants to open themselves up, connect to the trees, you have to connect to it in a certain way. Basically, activating yourself, activating your power. Trust me, trees will probably be the strongest out of anything else. You can't do grass, then you'll be okay. I mean, nature in general, but I feel like trees, strongest energy there. Just to put that out there. Yeah, so you're looking for, if you don't have any crystals or anything like that, connect to the trees. You also connect to the trees for protection. But from what I feel, the trees are there for soul activation, basically for power and activation. Also, if you have difficulties after being attacked, now that's not always the easiest one to do, but sometimes you're being attacked, it's like, I can't help it, I gotta go leave the planet. Trees also are there for healing, for sure. Healing, and you have to ask, you have to connect. So can I be activated? Can my DNA be activated to remove these blockages? I believe you'll feel a difference. Can the trees help me with removing this attack, this negativity? Help me with advice with this person, that person also. Something to give a shot. It might not work for everybody. It depends on what your relationship is with nature. Another reason why people get shut off from nature, because the elites don't want you connected to any of it. So obviously not. They want you activating. So yeah, you can hug a tree and get attacked by the Cabal. I know it sounds funny, but you'd be surprised, because that's how they use their vibrations. Trust me. Or no matter light or dark, either way, the trees have positive energies of awakening and probably shutting you down. But the trees play a big role as for opening up your abilities, remote viewing, whatever it might be that you're connected to. Just trust it. Of course, trust what you want, but The more you trust it, the more it will come through. But do what you want, of course. Follow what's right for you. Everybody has a different energy, but realize the trees are not here for no reason. Nature is not here for no reason. Luckily, it's still here. Especially how our especially when you look at places that tear down trees, like, oh, what are you doing to us? So we'll figure it out eventually how to rebuild the earth, but I still have enough trees where you can get your. And realize also with your magic, it does feel like you can grow trees also. Wish I had to be a high vibration for that, but that doesn't mean you still can't do it. You'd be surprised. Yes, those in the third dimension definitely call us all crazy connecting to all this, but of course they're driving backwards most of the time because they're part of the cabal. You know, they realize that they're looking for the Illuminati. It's like, oh, that's all a joke. Realize you're being programmed by it on daily. And of course they're not going to walk around with little stickers on themselves saying, we run the world. Far from it. They want to keep it a conspiracy theory. Was it Adam Weishaupt? I can't remember. Yeah, the Illuminati got reorganized during Adam Weishaupt. Illuminati has always been around. It's just been quiet. And this is like, hey, let's make ourselves known. Or part of it, for that matter. As you can call it branding. Just like Coke or Pepsi or whatever. Same thing. A public secret society. So... but yeah, they're definitely still in power. It's just, are you ready to see the truth? Are you ready for the truth? Most probably are not. They usually shut it down. Of course, it goes a lot beyond more of the cabal. It goes into basically mysticism, metaphysics, and the unknown. Well, not necessarily unknown. Only the unknown because of the third dimensional prison that's around our minds. Through, yes, the Nazi scientists and energies. Basically, chemical warfare did everything it can to shut us down. It's doing an excellent job of it, as you can see. Basically, they don't want us thinking clearly. They just want to keep us shutting us down. It's just like closing down a waterfall. You know, the waterfall flows fine, but then they're trying to, as you see, filter it out and shut it down altogether. Disconnect you from God, just put you to a false God through religions and all that. So, yeah, it's very sophisticated. Basically, they built a grid around us. But individually, it feels like they profile us. Not sure how they do it, but they do it. So, and every baby that's born, they keep a track of it. They keep track of everything. So, yeah, they want to know who's coming in and who's going out. Trust me, that's what I'm saying. They can't connect to everything. They do get sabotaged every once in a while. I'm talking about the war elites. They do, because positive does move in, and they get mad and just shut down their systems or whatever it might be. So it's not always 100% that they are, you know, out to get us, or however you want to word it. Well, they technically, I mean, they basically put this grid around the Earth where it is, you know, prison planet we're already being punch card or whatever it is, you know, from day one of birth, basically. As for the scientists that are here, I believe it's more like the grandkids, great-grandkids are running it now. Also, it feels like a lot of them are getting softer in the manipulations. At least as a scientist, through whoever it is, the next. Let's put it the next generation. Some of them are clones. Also, the scientists are. Jeez. Okay. Also, with Area 51, I did connect to. No, this is a bit well, same, separate, whatever it is. Cloning there also. Cloning there, a lot of death in the beginning as they're redoing re-engineering. Obviously, a lot of blood, a lot of souls are going to be lost during that, of course. That was one of the places that they were testing. I don't believe it's still there. It's there, but not as strong as it was once before, and it's deep underground, of course. Yeah, it's still very connected. You can say that's one of the first it's one of the first Black Project buildings publicly. Of course, Edward Air Force Base is definitely part of it too. So, basically, any Air Force base, at least in America, even in the United States, and across the country probably, it's connected to the cabal, the deep state, basically. Yeah, your military is deep state. Pretty much all of it. Yeah, CIA, FBI. It's all deep state. It's just it's a public version of it. But yeah, it's definitely. Obviously, they're keeping. Also, they do keep things kind of slow. You know, like life seems like it's. They take the life out of life. It feels like. It feels like through their technologies, they take minerals from the air. I don't know how they do it, but they make. Doesn't life feel lifeless sometimes? It feels like there's not much. It feels like there could be more here. There's less. Because they're manipulating Mother Earth's energies, basically taking a lot of, I don't know how they're sucking the life out of Mother Earth, basically, it feels like. And I believe they're doing it. Worldwide. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. Now we have satellites and all this nonsense everywhere. We don't always know what's going on. I believe whatever they're doing is underground also. Yeah, it's quite sophisticated. For sure. As for the Nazi agenda, they don't call it that anymore. It's now more like the deep state agenda, or whatever they call it, something else. They don't call it Nazi, but it's definitely connected. That's still here for sure. Yeah, it's still maybe like the Black Nazi, like Black Project, Black Nazi, or Black whatever budget. Either way, it's kind of like you have the symbol there, but there's tape around it. You know, it's like they want to cover it up what they're doing, from what it seems. Not to say they're actually physically doing it, but they are still doing it. Let's see. Yeah, you're using AI technologies that already have been for quite some time. It feels like since the 1950s. Of course, the AI technologies are already pretty advanced as it is. Yeah, they're going to be, as you can see, most are connected to. See, they use music to see who's going to be, you know, the sheep, basically. They use music, they use movies. Who's going to sheep into the agenda? Not to say everybody's sheep, but you know, who's going to adjust to the new agenda? Basically, let's put it that way. Who's going to adjust, and who's going to be the outsider that everyone's going to make fun of? You know, nothing wrong with connecting to movies and all that or whatever, but they want to see who's like into the hypnosis of these things. People are buying movie tickets and you know, who's part of it, because it's like you're like signing away yourself too. Not now, if you're awake to all this, I don't think you're doing that, but those that are not, you're like, you're part of this part of the Big Brother program, basically, as they keep an eye on everybody. Basically, it's like yeah, just it's an easy way to see how things are going, because a lot of stuff is programmed into movies and music and on and on and on. Of course, a lot of people, you know, just laugh it all up. It's like, that's a joke. Yes, it's very sophisticated. Remember, we're animals. We don't mean anything to them. We're just, you know, the deep state's a small population. They're looking at us as this, you know, keeping the animals. We're keeping the project going. They want to see who's going to, you know, how programmed this person is, even with secret, like, even when you're connected to this conspiracy stuff, they keep an eye on that. Who's awakening, at what level. So it's all, they're keeping an eye on everything, the levels of everything. Yeah. So, I mean, of course, my numbers are not that high, so I don't really care. I imagine being watched pretty heavily, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. But yeah, it's all just they're watching everything. I don't know how they're doing. You're using mostly AI. They're not watching everything, like sitting by the numbers and watching it, but you know, they get it like a pie chart or something. I don't know. They just know what's going on, basically. Where the levels of the planet are, where's everybody. Yeah, it's all just jeez. Definitely for America, definitely around the world for sure. Now, China might not be part of this, and other maybe parts of Europe, maybe not either. Definitely United States is all in it, definitely. Definitely. Other parts maybe not so much, because Russia has been kind of going against it, and Russia's name is Mud, right? So, and so is China, and so that might show you that who is not a part of it. You know, it's almost like having a central bank is one thing, but having this control grid is another. So it does seem like they can't really tap into everything, from what I'm gathering from this. So they're pretty sophisticated, though. I give them that. They're not entirely sophisticated. So yeah, it's a lot of black magic along with it too. They know exactly what they do. Have like wizards of their own. They do within the deep state. They look like anybody else. Maybe like the Men in Black in some regard. Something around those lines. Yeah, and it's slightly different, like magician, like MIB agents, but not exactly. I don't know what to call them. Do have remote viewers, but basically to keep an eye on all of us vibrationally. Yeah, because like they just connect to the overall energies. They don't connect to individuals, like drive me nuts. But the overall energies of it all, they do connect to. Who's going to derail them? Who is not? Around Trump, from what I felt, is a lot of it's done in the desert regions. Now Antarctica might be part of it, but it feels like they might be getting information from Antarctica, and it goes to the desert, somewhere in the desert, and it goes to Washington eventually. So that's what I'm feeling. So as for keeping the agendas in Washington going, Washington is going through a sweep. It's just, who knows when that's going to be. Nazi scientists also do seem like they have a barcode of some kind on them somewhere. Keep an eye on them. Yeah, maybe it's in their skin or something like that. So voice of deep state scientists, and a lot of them are highly evolved. Also, they do seem like they get infusions to heighten their abilities. Maybe not for psychic work, but to connect more to higher knowledge, let's put it that way. They're still guinea pigs also. They turn against the deep state, they can just switch them off. From what it feels like. I think David Icke went to something like that. I feel like they can switch them off. If they go against them, they just turn you off or do something to you, zap you or whatever it is. Yeah, it sounds like it's all part of a comic book, but not really. Because they're putting this stuff out in the public. And of course they don't want us to believe it because we're on their programming. It's just, we're pretty much a zoo, basically. It's a human zoo. Yes, the media is going to break down eventually. What it feels like part of the media is like some of them are going to go through a mental breakdown eventually. It's just breaking out of the programming. Some will. Bill O'Reilly was not one of them. But maybe not now, but in the future or sometime. Some will just snap out of it. They're just like, and also getting all this alien information. Maybe not this, but some already know about the conspiracies that hasn't. Well, some of them have opened up. But it feels like some are just going to get so much of this bizarreness, they'll wake up and they'll have a nervous breakdown. On air, from what it feels like. Maybe they won't go in. Some people have, when you connect to that much negativity, you start to feel sick after a while. They've had somebody, I forgot, it was a couple of years ago, somebody got sick out of nowhere. I feel like some are going to get a nervous breakdown. They can't take it anymore. It's basically waking up, but also just imagine that live on air. I hope so. As for where all this is going, we're basically going to a unraveling of the deep state. Slowly. Unraveling of Big Brother. Your media is Big Brother, basically, obviously. They just don't have Big Brother written on anything, but that's pretty much the Big Brother. They're carrying out their orders for sure. Even sometimes in the alternative media, unfortunately, it's there too, to a certain degree, because it is kind of following that mainstream media format, and it's kind of following it so it does have some of that in there. But there is some deprogramming there in the alternative media, so that's good. As for where to deprogramming to is another story. Yeah, some of the scientists are receiving do have like a scar or something like them on them, like I saw the barcode thing or whatever it was, but also a scar. They keep track of them too. Like I would say, yeah, another type of implant. It's a little bit different. Like they can keep track. I'm not sure how that works. Keep track of them somewhere else, like long distance. So like one is there for close and close shutdown. Other ones long distance shutdown, just in case they do get away. Which is interesting. I'm not sure how that works. You don't see many whistleblowing. Well, here and there, but I haven't checked I haven't seen anything, but I don't really check on that stuff, but nothing hit the mainstream. There's probably a reason for that. Because they blow them down, they shut them down pretty instantly. Alright, okay. We're going to connect to the Zetas of Area 51. Apparently they wanted something out. So, positive connections, or however you want to look at it, because you need both. You need positive and negative. You need everything. If you cut out negative, even positive can become... You need yin and yang. You need both of them together to grow. And so... it's like denying yourself or something like that. So whatever. But yeah, it's more of a positive connection, and it should be interesting. I got a little bit on this, but I don't really have the full detail of it, so not that I need it. So alright, blessings, and here comes some strangeness. So alright, much love. Greetings. This is J-Rod, Zeta Gray. Yeah, scientists of your deep state, yes, are always under mind control. They're allowed to connect to your higher selves as for bringing technologies into your Earth. They're not necessarily allowed to connect to their emotions or their own self-abilities, as you would call free will. Much of that has been shut down and controlled. They're only here to, yes, be robots on your planet, basically, to build, create, design, and do what they're told. Those that break free of that mind control don't normally last very long, as usually go through a mental breakdown, as usually that's the first thing that occurs. As for what's going on in your Area 51 vibration, yes, in the beginning, yes, there's many politicians, including your Eisenhower, was there during its inception. As he was, yes, tricked, but also they showed him in his face what he allowed to occur. Also, many of your military men went against his orders and basically sold out your country. It was not just aliens that were part of it. There was deception, but also your military did a coup on your president, basically. And so you have to live with that for the rest of his life. As there's nothing he could do, there's nowhere he can go, it's too late. As for where your... Yes, the scientists... Oh yes, one moment. As for your Area 51, further into its history, many scientists basically are blacked out of their knowledge of the place after they leave. They are allowed to leave, but their memories are gone. As for what Lazarus, what's his name? Lazar? Yes, he found a way around all these manipulations. They did not plug him what they normally would do. Actually, a lot of positive beings, actually the tall whites, allow him to escape. The positive ones, of course. He was already known of what he was going to do. They allowed one to whistleblow. The rest did not last very long, as you can see. So they know exactly what they are doing. There's no mistakes going on. Of course, with the darker energies, they're not always, but sometimes they allow these things to happen for karma reasons. As they were doing a lot of dark, understand what was leaked is nowhere far. Basically, a lot of, yes, human cloning was yes, undergoing there no longer. Some is, and not so much. Unless your politicians are on a cloning program, yes. I cannot go into details of that. Most of it is in your New Mexico underground, yes, within your mountain areas. It's conceal what's happening. Just in case one escapes, they can also capture them. And nobody's around to see what's going on. One thing, as the missing persons in your national parks, yes, that is our cabal rituals going on. And you need a human to be a part of it. Many children are lost. Many adults are lost. Mostly children, from what I see. Yes, it's a sacrifice. What better way to find a fresh human that has no idea what's going on to disappear in their prime? So they know who they're connecting to before they connect to them. As yes, they have a live one, basically. One that they want to bring into their rituals. They can pretty much lure whoever they want into their valley also. They know mind control. They can put thoughts into your mind to lead you to them. Yes, most of your third dimension, yes, will not listen to hear this, as they are not ready to see this, yes, sophistication of this. As yes, a lot of it's done by satellite technology at this time. Even those that are broadcasting television information can be used for mind control vibrations on different levels. Not everything is going to be known by your third dimension, as not even their technicians aren't here there to know, but there is much going on just behind the scenes that they, once they put these together, they don't know what's going through them. Not necessarily. As for, yes, your scientists of your deep state, yes, many of them are, yes, robotic at this time. They're human, but they are like tools of your planet, of, yes, of the dark vibrations. Most of them do not have families, and some of them are cloned, yes, to continue the knowledge, to make sure the talent goes into the clone. Does not matter personality or anything else, as long as they can connect to their higher energies. It's easier to keep it in-house than grab someone from somewhere else, because usually they're reluctant to do so, but it does happen though. Usually it happens through universities, and usually at a young age. Around your college age, usually when they bring them in. When they show a great amount of potential, especially your geniuses, depending on if they have a lot of attention. If they don't have much attention on, they're easy for them to disappear. They get high IQ and just have a lot of talent, what they're looking for, easily they disappear. Happens all the time. And yes, they're deep underground. Some of them are off-world also. For projects of robotics, yes. Robotic energies that you will not believe even exist. Large ones, for that matter. You see them in your fantasy movies. Some terraforming energies are there too. As for terraforming your planet, it won't be brought here anytime soon. But the capabilities are there. On your Mars, they can be brought here easily. They know what they're doing, of course. As for your Area 51, history's why it is there. Yes, it's part of the Dark Cabal, as basically even its placement is through. It is where it is for a reason, for vibrational purposes, to connect to, yes, the dark energies, to allow more of its deep state energy to increase, for protection, also to connect to higher knowledge of darkness. Yes, it was a ritual before it was built, way before it was built. Yes, many seances were done around that area before it was created, as that was the right place for it. And this continues on, but that one was for sure a place of great transition to make things happen there. It was, of course, depending on who you talk to, it is your center point of where your deep state is ran. One of them, at least. But at one time it was the center. After it got attention, it was no longer the center point. A lot of the darkness moved to other places. Yes, Edwards Air Force Base. A lot of politicians fly in and out of that place. It's a ritual once again. It's a place of hypnosis also. Even just entering into that area, you're not your same self anymore. You're under a hypnotic energy already. As many of the soldiers there are part of it also. They aren't always aware of what's going on. Far from it. Their memories are removed constantly of what's happening there. Many reptilian bases are there at this time of, yes, your cabal. As basically you want to keep your military at the alignment. A lot of threats that go to your United States are there too, as for your president. Yes, much of what is going on as for military is done in your Edwards Air Force Base mostly. As for your Syria and other places, not your CIA, not so much. That's a different order. Yes, I will leave you be at this time. But trust yourself, as there's much more that will be unraveled. It's up to you what you believe is truth for you, as the truth is not always easy for some to digest. Some have difficulties believing what's going on for good reason. Blessings to you. Okay. Alright, blessings. I'm going to take care.